And we're live. Live in both rooms. Here we go. Hello, YouTube world. You missed the music. We had a good nice song today, right, guys? All right, so let's talk stocks. Look at this, guys. If you've been following what we're teaching you, like I was just saying in the trade room, look at that 9 EMA, that blue line. Ride the 9. Look at that. Now, again, might be forming an ascending triangle. Might be ready to break out. If so, needs to break that 310 area and hold, and then you'd have an ascending triangle breakout. Just kind of watch, kind of scale outwards, and then kind of connect those peaks and valleys, right? Connect the peaks, connect the valleys, and, kind of right in there, right? And then you could kind of connect some valleys in over in here. And you have kind of a rising wedge pattern, big overall rising wedge pattern. Market's right at the top of it. It's either going to form an ascending triangle and break out, or be aware that it can do a triple top failure and fail. So this is one of those things where, patterns are subjective, right? You just know absolutely at this point, price has to get above that 310 area for SPY. If it doesn't, then look out below and price could easily fall, and then use these moving average lines as a guide, right? So again, that's where we just like to teach you. Don't, just because something looks like something, it could be something to somebody else. You might immediately say that's an ascending triangle, whereas other people might say, oh, that's a triple top, or a head and shoulders, head, left shoulder, right shoulder. But either way, just kind of look. You can connect the bases down here, but you could even go sooner up to like read even here, right? So you can connect these bases over in here. And you can see it's getting close. It's either going to break out or it's going to fail. But just a perfect example, guys. That ride the 9 on whatever time frame that you're trading. Nothing is foolproof, right? But, if you had an entry, if you had a pullback, got in on one of these pullbacks back here, got in at the break of like a small little, candle that's holding the 9 here, you could technically ride this thing until you get a candle close below that 9 EMA and then take your profits and get out. All right. Does that make sense to you guys? Is this helping you so far before I move on? Are you guys seeing this ride to 9? This doesn't happen all the time, guys. It's not like it's all the time this happens. That's why you got to choose the proper setups, but that's why you don't want to over trade. Glad that's helping you guys. You don't want to over trade. Don't trade just to trade. But if you save your trades and go maybe larger positions on good setups, bull flags off the 9 where you have a potential good ride the 9 strategy. That's where those are really good trades to make. They just don't happen all the time, right? They happen maybe once or twice a week, or depending what stocks you're trading. Ideally you want a good kind of bullish market. When the market's bearish, you can kind of, do it the the inverse of it, kind of ride the 9 down. So you could ride the 9 up, you could ride the 9 down, and then other times it gets all pinched up and trades sideways like this, and then you want to obviously see it, find a direction. But that's other strategies where you could trade spreads, iron condors, other ways to trade, again, that we teach you guys in our community. So this is a SPY right now. Very critical point. I'm not doing the watch list today. Today, Angel's doing the watch list. I'm just going to show you some recaps and kind of what was running. We'll see if there's anything else that's popping up. But at this point, just be aware. Tomorrow is Friday. Who knows what's going to happen. But this is very clearly needs to get above that red line, that 310 area. It's What's up, Thien? I don't know if I'm going to rant today. I actually had to rant. I posted that video the other day, that one on trading options that I was showing you guys, right, with the market order. There was 10 minutes that I ranted before I started. I actually went into YouTube and I edited it out because my annoying arrogance got into play. Speaking of which, today, guys, I did do an annoying arrogant post on Twitter. So annoying arrogance, I said, what did I say? We could do a voice. We can imitate my voice. So Disney, for all the free lurkers capitalizing on what we're giving y'all, if you'd like to give it back, give back, just DM us and we'll give you our PayPal address and you can give us a portion of your profits. You're welcome. Haha. LOL. I'm sure I triggered somebody and ticked someone off today. But follow us on Twitter. That's a good shout out for our Twitter. So, guys, so speaking of which, the reason why I was showing some annoying arrogance is because, let's go over here. Let's pull up Disney. Let's start. All right. So, show you guys on the screen here. One of the alerts for today I had was Disney at or below. So pay attention to these. Really overextended. Watch if 150 rejects. If so, support. If so, support at previous all-time highs around 147.10, then 145, 146 area. So what did Disney do? Disney, let's pull that one up, did what I said it would do. And voila. Look at this. So we'll reset the drawings. Disney was at all-time highs. I said watch if 150 rejects. What did Disney do today? It got up to 150, about 50 pre-market. What did it do at open? It went up to one tiny bit above, failed, and then you can start seeing here, guys, right? So at this point, like I said, previous all-time highs, which is the one, what did I say it was? Oh, right up in here. Yeah, 147, right? Right up in here. I said, let's go back to what I said. Disney, at or below, or 150, at or below. If so, support at all-time highs around 147.10, then 145, 146 area. What did it do? It came all the way back down to right at that 147 area. Right there, dipped a tiny bit below, went down to 146 area right there. Then it popped up and traded sideways. So what's Disney going to do now? Well, we got to see at close. We'll see how it ends today, but, you know, pulls back, right? When the flagpole, right? Picture this, a big flagpole. Stock gets overextended. It's going to naturally want to pull back to previous resistance level, which was right back over here. It retests. Now it's support. Now we got to watch. Is support going to hold, and then maybe this will turn into a flag and continue up? Or if it starts failing this previous resistance area, which is now support, then it could start heading down further. And then you look, you know, kind of in, you know, that 145 area, and then right down around that 143. Those are some levels that if it starts continuing to fail, you know, kind of watch it, you know, see what happens there. My mouse is all screwed up right now, of course. Let me try this. Yeah. So you can see kind of a double top failure. So a top failure, starts feeling the neckline. And now you can kind of almost like, I don't know what's going on with my mouse lately. Kind of connect the bases down. You can kind of just, you can see kind of like a down channel potentially heading down. So you see, excuse me, you can see it kind of goes up, comes back down, comes up, comes back down, breaks out a little bit, comes back down. And now these lines extend in the future, so we'll see if it's going to keep falling down or if it's going to go back up again. But guys, you see that? You know, that thing was, look at that. 150 area all the way back down to the 147. It actually fell below that 147.10, but just say 147.10. 150 down to 147. That's a $3 move down. You know, depending on what you guys traded. If you even day traded, you know, had a day trade, or even if you bought a straight put on the way down and had tight risk management and just bear flagged it on the way down, you could have potentially made, you know, who knows, a couple $100 off that. pays for your membership for almost a year for us off that one trade. So that was Disney. Let's take a look at another one from our watch list. I had some more annoying arrogance that I put out there for you. There we go, guys. Right here. Keep an eye on INFN. My laundry's done. I got to throw that in the dryer. You guys hear the ding? That's my washer plays a little dinging music for me. So you can see kind of connect these peaks kind of right around there, kind of some of these valleys. It's trading sideways a little bit now. But INFN, that's a tongue twister. That's why I say just pay attention to our watches, guys. A lot of times people are distracted by, what's popping up on, a scanner, and they miss our watch list. And INFN, this was a nice one this morning, at or above $6, or actually, yeah, $6. Cut pattern on the daily, watch of $6 hold with resistance around 650 at the top of the wick. So, just to show you guys, right here, I did the watch list yesterday. You can go back and see what I was saying. I said cut pattern on the daily, right here. I said watch of $6 can hold, right here, that whole dollar amount. Right in there. And I said was 650 at the top of the wick as resistance, right? So let's look at that, how that played out today. If you guys go over right here to the 1 minute chart, I was talking about this in the trade room today. And if you look at the 1 minute chart, it kind of did a diagonal flag this morning. And then what did it do? Like what I've been telling you guys, watch for those pullbacks right down over into, kind of like right, here. So again, people were probably looking, one of these three candles right here, could have tripped you up maybe a little bit on that red hammer, but it didn't close below the 9. And right here kind of breaks out right out around that 610 area. And now technically, if you just rode the 9 on the 1 minute, 610, you could have been out at right here, 624. So if you just rode the 9 on a 1 minute, 610 to 624, that's 14 cents on a high. Look at that. That's a high float stock. I mean, how many minutes was that? 10, 20 minutes? So you can almost like swing trade, day trade. It's not a swing trade, but like, you see how you can be in these a little bit longer off our watch list, many of them? Now, along the way, you could obviously take profits along the way up here when it's overextended. But if you just kind of use that ride the 9 strategy, bull flag breakout, rode the 9, got out right over here when that candle closed below the 9 EMA. It's a 14-cent move, guys. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, if you made 14 cents on every single trade in a day trade, that's unbelievable. Keep ranting. I'm working like a dummy, but I'm going to pull up Roku too. But guys, that's what you would take 14 cents all day long on day trades. If you had just 1,000 shares, guys, if you had a $5,000 account, and you bought 1,000 shares and you made 14 cents, that's $140. That's nothing to sneeze at. It's $140 by sitting just riding the 9 for 20 minutes. Now, sometimes it's not always going to last 20 minutes. Sometimes it might be 20 seconds. But typically on our watch list, you'll see many of them grind a little bit longer because, look, the shares, that's over 180 million. It's going to be a higher float stock. So it's just kind of a grind, rides it on the way up. If you did a 5 minute chart, that would have, let's see what it would have been. 5 minute, I would have let me just reset these lines here. So that's with just a 5 minute. Some of you are probably saying, I can't do the 1 minute. It's too quick. Why is my lines not? I don't know what's going on here. There we go. So if you're looking at a 5 minute, it would have been a much quicker potential move for you. So you could have just kind of, on a 5 minute chart, you'll see it kind of pulled back down like that. You guys see that? It's kind of more of an elongated one. And then if you zoom in, you know, probably, you know, one of these candles right here, 623, then it got up to 631. So that's 8 cents, you know? So then, you know, at that point, just show you like a worst case scenario, right? So let's say you got in at this right over here and you stopped out on the 9 EMA and a 5 minute. If you got in at about 632, what was this? 622, you'd be out right here at 627. So technically, guys, I mean, look at that. That's what is that? Another half, 5, 10, 15, 20, you know, 30 to 40 minutes later, if you didn't take your profits up here, you would have still been in this a little bit longer and you still would have made 5 cents. Big deal, but it's much better than losing money, right? Just showing you a way where, again, everything doesn't just always go ride the 9 all the way up. Many times it doesn't. It falls back, and that's why you got to watch the patterns. But just right here, if you got in near support, bull flag breakout, right here. Stopped out if you did a 5 minute. Or you could have gotten your exit on a 1 minute chart if you wanted. But INFN, that was INFN. That was a really good one from the watch list. You would have taken this move all day long. This is what you're looking for, guys. For trading any small cap stocks, just let a stock break out, pull back to the moving average lines, find a bull flag right here, something like this. Look for a breakout of the bull flag, and then you're going to have to decide with support and resistance levels when you're going to take your profits. Don't always wait until you get a close below the 9, because sometimes this, you know, what if the stock just pumps way up here and you're up like super big, take your profits, let it fall back down, because you don't know it's always going to, you know, the further away price moves from these moving average lines, it's going to naturally want to pull back. So that's INFM. What was one? All right, so here was ASTC today. Let's reset the drawings here. So ASTC, I don't think was doing anything pre-market. Very, very, very low floaters. So guys, this is what happens with low floaters. They pump and they dump very quickly. Great stocks to trade. You have to just, again, you know, you got to trade them very quickly. And 5 minute setups and intraday setups are going to be much more difficult. You're going to have to really go off that, you know. They have a mind of their home. They own. They pump up very quickly. They dump very quickly. That's where the 1 minute is very important to keep track of. So I'm going to go to a 1 minute and I'll show you. Roku. Everybody jumping ship at Roku. Let me take a look at that one in a minute. So here you go on a 1 minute, guys, right? This thing just shot up. You know, it's very, where is that? It's 157. You may have risked off this one. I get a little bit more nervous, right? Because these things go up crazy like this, you can see the candles are really huge. You know, I like to see smaller candles like that. I'll show you that one in a second. So a lot of times these things will rip and you have to be very careful because you can see the candlesticks get a lot bigger. Ideally, you'd like to see something like, you know, like this. Moving average line separating, kind of pulling back. Small candle risk off the 9. And as it breaks up, take your profits. Just like 162, you know, hit your hotkeys. That's what people are doing. Now remember, that's at probably, yeah, it's 10:13. That's still during market hours. So you can see that's what people are doing. It breaks out, they're taking their profits, comes back, and then it just gets kind of crazy after a while. But remember, this is super low float, so the volatility is just nutso on that. Roku, Thene's favorite, right, Thene? Roku. Dun it. All right. So 150, people are getting shook out at 150. First of all, no coincidence, whole dollar amount. Those whole and half dollar amounts, very important resistance levels. But let's go and take a look at the daily and see how that's affecting things. So look at that, guys. You see that line I just drew? I didn't even look at the daily. Why is it rejecting? Look at those previous tweezer tops, right here. And then this previous consolidation. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to keep going up. At this point, now it's pulling back. Now you're going to look and see some support levels right around that one. You know, this level here, that 141.68-ish, which is down here. And then you got to go look at some intraday support. You know, look at some of these peak levels right, kind of right in there. Let's do this. Kind of right in there, and then some support down here and kind of down here. Guys, all I'm doing is I'm connecting a lot the peaks and the valleys, you know, and then I'll draw my trend lines, right? So with something like this, with Roku, let's take a look this morning what it was doing. So you kind of had a, yeah, I mean, here's another kind of ride the 9 right here. I'd like to have seen a little bit more separation like out here. But technically, guys, right? So here you go with Roku. There was lots of consolidation down here, but if you actually looked right over in here, kind of went back and kind of like this, right? Not all flags are going to be perfect. Not all patterns are going to be perfect, but these small candles off support, moving average lines. Don't buy flag poles. You buy the flags back and look for the moving average lines to separate. You risk off a tiny little candle. If you got it above that 41 bucks, let's say 41? What the heck is going on with my chart here? Is my chart all funky on Roku? Oh, there we go. What the heck? Oh, that's a daily chart. No wonder why I was all messed up. I was like, man, price is all messed up. Let me go back intraday. So there, you know, so kind of just reset that again and just go back to here. And, you know, as price kind of went up here, as it kind of got down in this area, right in here, you may have potentially looked to get in right out here as it's starting to break out. 144.74 with a candle close below there as your stop, you know, and then right here, if it just, you know, 144.80, and then you're definitely out right here, candle close out here, 146.45. So that's almost, that's a what, $1.80 move, just trading the 5 minute. You guys see that? Bull flag breakout, close below the 9. Now again, you're also like, remember, you're going to get back a lot of profits because then you can see this 2 candlestick pattern right here. That is, that's a warning. That's a bearish harami. That warning, come back down. So that's another, you know, $1 or $2, you know, what was that? Like $1.47 down to $1.46. That's another $1 you could have made if you traded up there. And if you're trading options and stuff like that, who knows what the contract could be, where it could just be like severely drop a lot. So this is, again, be aware of these candlestick patterns. Guys, if you're on YouTube watching us, we teach this stuff every day in our trade rooms. We have courses on our website. This stuff takes time to learn. But I'm just trying to teach you guys over and over, just kind of a simple look for the bull flags back to the moving average lines as a stock breaks out. Depending on how long you're staying in, if you're an intraday day trader, consider as it breaks out taking your profits. If you're trading larger cap stocks, you might be able to trade the 5 minute a little bit longer. If you're trading the low floaters, you know, that's what most people are doing. Watch the candlesticks, but depending on the float, right? Low floats, you know, you can see where's the 1 minute? You can say like it just gets bat bleep crazy in the mornings when where is it? Yeah, you could say, right? See, these candles are just nuts, right? Just boom, everybody's watching, they get in, and the candles get just absolutely crazy. And you can see the flags are not clean. This is about the cleanest that you get kind of to a flag. Not too bad. 157 down to 147. That's a 10-cent candle, but it's, you know, it's still risky. And right here, so you watch, right? That stock breaks the 156. Boom, they're selling up here. You see that? So let me do my rant for Thien, because Thien likes my rants. So We're going to pretend I'm a chat room guru. So I'm a chat room guru. I'm going to say, remember, here's the whole phrase, right? Don't mirror trade. Wink, wink. So if I have a $100,000 brokerage account, hey, newbies. I call new traders newbies. Hey, newbies, don't mirror trade me because we don't want you to lose money, even though we have lots of people in our trade room. So when I hit my hotkey and I tell you when I'm in the position, don't follow me into the trade, wink, wink, because I know you're going to follow me into the trade anyway. And then all I do is I get at the break of this candle right there. And the moment I say in ASTC, what's going to happen? Everybody in my trade room, lots of them, will come in. They'll hit their hotkeys. And by the time they hit their hotkeys, within that 1 minute, I am the guru selling my shares right to my members. Breakout at 156, selling them up here to my members at 157. I bought, let's say, 10,000 shares because I have 100 plus thousand, let's say, in my account. 10,000 shares times 20 cents. What is that? $2,000. So I'm a brokerage account hero, right? So I'm a brokerage account hero pumping stocks to my members. Meanwhile, you bought up here and now you bought 1,000 shares with your small account and you're down 174 down to, now you just lost 1,500 bucks or whatever it is, how many shares you're buying, 150, 200 bucks, how many of your shares you're buying. You're down. I'm showing you my shares. Breakout, boom. Hotkey in, take your profits right back down. That's what happens with low floaters. So on these small cap stocks, just as they break out, look at candlestick patterns. But look, this could have easily still, with a low float stock, it could have gone out here. No one's saying that it wouldn't fall back like this, but look at how quick. Right here. Hotkey in, hotkey out, take your profits, get out. Look for the bull flags, look for the reset, and then there really wasn't much of a reset after that. Oh, dang. XZY? I don't think that was me. Who called out XZY? Was that Sig? Let's look at AMD. Oh, XZY. Oh, that's funny. AMD. Reset. Look at the daily. It's at yearly highs at 38.50. Right up in here. Double top failure. Now look at some support right down in here. Then some down in here. So, watch if this one, it's just a bit overextended. And then you can, but again, you can keep, where's the trend lines? See this, guys? Kind of connecting the peaks, connecting the valleys. So we'll have to see. Buyers came back in here, up, back down, up. Now we've got to kind of watch and see in this channel what it's going to do. Is it going to come back down here or go back up? Again, guys, we're super huge fans of TrendSpider. So if you come over to our website, go to Tools and go to TrendSpider, you will see TrendSpider is one of our favorite tools. Actually, let me just do this. Let me go over here. Right up here. That's easier to look at. TrendSpider right under Tools down over here. Come on. TrendSpider kind of basically does this automatically for you guys. So if you guys will see, where's my TrendSpider account? I can't get out of what song that was in my head. Thunderstruck. So you guys see how this tool does it for you, right? Does all these lines for you. Draws them all. We love trend spiders. So you can just kind of go in here and like, you know, AMD, okay, cool, it's kind of breaking out here. Is it going to hold that purple line, continue up, or is it going to fail and just look support and resistance, guys, right? Possible morning star off a 5 minute. Let me see what it looks like on the 5 minute. Yeah, possible. Possible. It needs to get over the moving average lines, so got to watch that one. So that's AMD. Let's do a quick look and see if anything might pop for tomorrow. Not that one. Give you guys a little cheat. So MVIS might be doing a cup and handle. Got to see if it can get above that. Got to be aware of that high wave candle. Possible bull flag on a 5 minute. Let's look at the daily. It's a bit overextended. Watch for some support around that 95 cents. If it can get above that $1.02, you know, anywhere between. There's some resistance on the way up there. That one, I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot. Smacking off the 200 SMA for that one. Oprah. Nope. KDMN. Nope. Angel might have a difficult day finding stuff for the Watchlist tomorrow. Garbaccio. Possible reversal pattern here on the daily. This one's getting slammed. Possible support. You can see kind of a gap on the daily here. Kind of a garbage pattern. That $2 to $2.21 range looking kind of Garbaccio. Don't like it. Nothing there. Nothing there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's no watch list for tomorrow. It's totally fine, Angel, if you're listening. If there isn't anything, there might not be. This one's closing above potentially the 20 EMA. You have some room. This one might be good, potentially. We always like to use the word potentially. Higher float stuck. 706 highs. If that can hold, then you can look at 743, 706 up to 743. This might be doing a V bottom or a cup pattern. This is one that might be interesting, but don't just assume that's an ascending triangle. That could also fail. This one is definitely interesting, but be aware of that wick, that 706. If this can cup and handle and break out above that wick, this one might be interesting to watch. So I actually might just put that on just for the heck of it for myself to watch. I'm not doing the watch list, but I would look at that to hold, to see if it'll hold. F-cell, FC, or actually no, unit. G-unit. Let's see. UNIT. So that's the stuff I like to look for. Let's look for large caps real quick, see if there's anything to look for. Roku. I would definitely put Roku on the list to keep an eye on, because we got to watch and see what that bad boy is going to do. If that can get above 150, kind of has a cup pattern, maybe a cup and handle. We'll have to see if that can hold. Roku is definitely one to keep an eye on. Needs to get above this area and then break above 150. So Roku. Let's see what Disney's doing. Disney's still doing the Kesha and Pitbull song, right? It's going down. It's yelling timber. Potentially going to keep going down. Potentially. You got to be careful of these spinning top candles. You ideally want to see it continue to fall below that 146 level. Kind of use that. You know, kind of see that. I don't know why my mouse is all messed up. Oh, I hate when it does that. As you guys can see, my mouse is all funky right now. It's not letting me scroll out properly. I don't know why. So we'll have to watch if this one keeps falling down. Gotta watch and see. Is that BlackBerry? BlackBerry might be interesting. You can see possible cup and handle-ish pattern. Possible Morningstar setup, potentially, on the daily. Gotta watch and see. See if we can clear that 1403. Get above the 9 EMA. Then you can see probably some 1450s resistance. So you guys can see a Morningstar off the 20 EMA on the daily. So if it can get back above the 9 EMA, see if it'll curl up. And then you might have a possible double bottom, potentially. If it gets above that $14 range, then look at $14.50 and then $15. You guys see this? And then you can see some support right around down here. Possible double bottom. Possible Morningstar if it can get above the 9 EMA. Maybe we'll cup. If it gets above $14, look at $14.50 and then $15 resistance. I'm not building a watch list, but I'm indirectly building a watch list. Are you guys seeing this? Is this making sense to you guys? I'd look at the chat room right now, but I'm trying to look at the stuff to see if there's anything else to look at for you guys. Potentially with Netflix, potentially. You can see kind of a piercing pattern going in here. Let's take a look at the hourly. Potentially, it might be possible cup and handle. I don't know how I feel about that one right now. Let's look at Target. Square. Someone was talking about Square. Kind of a Morningstar, trading sideways. It could if it can break out above that 63. I'm not liking it right now. Target. Remember, guys, Fridays also a bit difficult going into the weekends. Angels Boeing is slowly rising. It's caught in between these MAs. It hasn't gone out yet, but it did bounce off that 361.44, potentially moving up. At now, it's kind of a double tops, but the moving average lines are crossing on the daily. So this may want to squeeze out of that 370 at some point. Got to watch and see. So you can see kind of a flag potentially moving out of that. But it could be, it's got to kind of look right over in here. See if that can hold and continue up. What else we got here? Let's see. WM. Don't love it. Guys, is this helping you guys? Trade room, you guys listening? Is this making sense to you guys? Helping you guys out? Home Depot might be interesting. Yeah, so 239 resistance. Home Depot might be looking potentially interesting. Kind of couple and handle breakout. Potentially, this may be looking to sneak up there a little bit. This might have some room. Home Depot might be interesting. What was loud, Big Bear? So that's what I'll probably just look at tomorrow. Just see what Roku does. See if it can do that cup and handle or that V bottom break above that 150. If so, that has some room. There's actually a daily gap right up. I'm actually just going to chart this now because I don't want to do it later. Right there, that 151-ish. Then there's a daily gap kind of right here, that 158. There's some room on that Roku potentially if it can break. And then kind of connect your baselines right here. You guys see connect the bases. So connect the bases, moving up. See if it can, again, hold that one, get above that 151-ish level. We'll have to watch and see. So that's Roku. Blackberry. I think that's Blackberry, or is that Bed Bath & Beyond? Oh, Bed Bath & Beyond. So this one, you guys see that? Connect those peaks. Right back over in there. Connect kind of a couple of those valleys. Possible morning star, but it is showing some potential weakness. Well, it might be flagging on the hourly. Needs to get above that 14 bucks, right? That whole dollar amount. No coincidence, right around that 200 SMA. Right? Needs to get above that. So kind of a morning star, needs to get above 14 bucks. Then you can see some resistance up ahead, and then that 15 bucks if it continues. Home Depot. Let me just remove these. Some support down here. Dang it. Looks like price has fallen after market. So this one might be, I don't know if I like that one as much. I'd look at it. I'll just keep it on to look at it tomorrow. And Disney, we'll have to see if it fails. That shooting star pattern falls below. If so, it could be going down Yellen I used to say Janet Yellen timber. That was when Janet Yellen was around. And then some support there and there. And there you go, guys. So, oh, the bell was loud. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, did you hear my TD bell, or is that yours? So guys, make sure you follow us on social media. We have Bullish BRS. So we do a combination of streaming and then posting on Twitter. Some of you guys, when you guys will like when Dan posts, he's very nice. You'll notice when I'm posting, I boast. I do humble bragging, or as one guy in the past emailed and said something about the guy with annoying arrogance. That would have been me. So you'll see me maybe doing some humble bragging or annoying arrogance, depending on what you see. I try to have fun. Guys, it's in the name. We put it up here, right? We trade, we have fun, and we give back, right? So we got to have fun. So that's over for Twitter. Then we have Stock Twits. And we're Bullish BEARS. So if you're in Stock Twits, I do a little bit more. We both do a little bit more, Dan and I, with play-by-play on here. And look at this. Charts. All over the place there, right? And then we have on Facebook, just showing you guys the different platforms. We're on Facebook. Here's our fan page. You can follow our fan page right over here. read our reviews. If you're lurking and you're like, how good are these guys? Are they legit? Well, we have 4.9 out of 5 stars. And you're like, well, how come you don't have 5 stars? Because you have a couple butthurt fake profile people that give you 1 star and they were never our members. Why? Because people are jerks nowadays, some of them, right? So you have a couple jerks that have no profile, you know, or a profile, never been a member because they don't like that we have 5 stars. We have 5 stars because we're good. Because we trade, we have fun, and we give back. So guys, if you'd like to give us a positive review, feel free right over here on our fan page. And then we have a Facebook group for those of you guys that are not members of our Facebook group yet. We call ourselves Stock Market Community. You'll see Bullish Bears. We have 36,000+ members in here, so you can come and join our Facebook group. So guys, we have a Facebook group that talks stocks. We have a fan page. We have Stock Twits. And then we have Twitter, which I showed you guys. We post lots of stuff on there to help you guys. So for the freebie lurkers out there, there's lots of stuff for free. When you decide to stop being a cheapo and you really want to start learning and not be a cheapskate and mooch and get everything free, then you could come over and join us. I mean, look, we do have a sale above. We run lots of sales because we're not greedy. We give discounts. Our membership pricing is a joke. Guys, I'm serious. If you look at our pricing, just like, I mean, just even regular price. We're $50 a month. 50 a month or $300 for the year. Give you an example. There are many companies out there that are $300 a month and don't even offer what we offer. You know, that's companies for just options. And guys, this is what we do for like all the stuff we give back. Like, I mean, just, it's ridiculous. I don't need to sell this if you don't have the money to do this. And guys, if you don't have $50 a month to pay for a trading service, like, I'm sorry, you probably have no money to trade in your brokerage account. Not to be insulting, but if you don't have $50 a month, you probably don't have $50 to trade. And that's it. That's fine. You can learn, no problem. But just, you know, there's a lot of people, like, you see these stupid people out there that are like, oh, you don't need to pay a trading service. You don't need to pay a trading service to learn how to trade. You can learn everything on YouTube. And those people are idiots because they don't realize, like think about it for a second. If you don't know trading, you probably don't know what a moving average line is or a candlestick, exponential moving average. How would you even know? We'll give you a good, hey, Phil, right up here, there's a good deal here. I just showed you real pricing. There's one right here. So here's a hint. Click on any of these pages up here and look. Voila. Save 30%. So there's a nice discount for you, Phil. So, yeah, I mean, these people are like, oh, I could learn everything, you know. You're just like, you're an idiot. Like, if you're new, you have no clue what to look for. Think about it, right? If you're new, you don't know what you're looking for. So how would you know what stuff to go research and find to get for free on YouTube? Just people are stupid. So yeah, after you know how to trade, you don't need to pay a trading company. But like, that takes a lot of time. And plus we're cool and we have a lot of fun. So why wouldn't you want to come and have fun with us? And to show you how fun I am, I'm going to hang up on YouTube and shut the stream down, and we're going to play a fun song in the trade room because we want YouTube to be happy and not ding me. You're welcome, Phil. I don't want YouTube to ding me for playing other people's music. So trade room, let's think of a good song to play. YouTube out. Phil, later, brother. Hope to see you in the community. Bye, guys.